Jose State and Coach Brennan. His guys outplayed us. They outcoached us. And it was very disappointed in the effort that we got tonight. For 3 quarters, they were the SEC football team. They took it to us. And from the very first play, they had us on our heels. Very disappointing. Extremely disappointing. We had great fight to come back and tie the game, and then we let them go down the field and score on us. Again, we couldn't hold any momentum. But credit those guys. Everyone's going to be held accountable from me down. I'm going to hold every coach. I'm going to hold every player. Every staff member is going to be held accountable. Totally unacceptable. We're going to get back in here tomorrow. We'll figure it out. And this performance is completely unacceptable. You get what you deserve in life. We didn't deserve to win this football game. Anytime you have 5 turnovers and you allow a guy to throw for over 400 yards on you and go down the field on you like nothing, missed tackles, unacceptable, completely unacceptable. And, I have an opportunity to capture some momentum at home, and you got 4th down, 4th and short, and on a couple occasions, and we can't convert 4th and short. So unacceptable. And just very disappointed. They outplayed us. I'm gonna give those guys credit. But this will be a defining moment for this football team this week and moving forward. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Bob.
Chad, I think these guys only had like 340-something yards on Tulsa. Tonight they got over 500. What did you see from the defense, and what did you think the issues were defensively?
Well, I think that you probably saw the same game I did. I mean, I thought they did whatever they wanted to do as far as throwing the football. We knew that number 10 was coming back. He had been out the first 2 weeks. We knew that he was a great receiver. But my goodness, I mean, I don't know how many yards. The guy had 121 yards receiving tonight. The guy was 32 of 49 for 402 yards. I mean, come on. I mean, they were 3rd down. Even though the second half we were better, but the first half, our 3rd down conversion rate, we were letting these guys convert 3rd downs on us. And the bottom is they outplayed us. They outplayed us. To give those guys credit, I thought the Love kid had a career night.
Yeah, Chad, what did you see from Nick? Obviously, 5 interceptions. Did you think about pulling him? And just what do you think were his issues with all the picks?
Well, I thought that we forced some things. I thought that we had some opportunities getting down in the red zone, and we got to play within the system. That's first and foremost. We got to play within the system. We got to take what they give us, and we can't force everything. And I thought he forced some balls tonight. I thought he pressed a little bit. And that was uncharacteristic. That he didn't do that the week before. But it wasn't just that. I mean, we got to keep him clean too. We got to be able to be effective in running the football. We threw the ball 50 times tonight. That's entirely too many.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying you should have. It's probably your best chance to win. But did you think about?
No, I didn't.
Aside from the interceptions, what were you unhappy with offensively? And you've had some problems running the ball this season. How are you going to fix those?
Well, first of all, I was very disappointed in our lack of short yardage conversion. It stalled drives. And that's a gut check is what that is. That's all that is. And so it starts right there. Regardless of running the football or not. I mean, we got to be able to we got to be able to knock the pile back and keep drives going. When we go for it on 4th down, that's who we are. We're going to be aggressive. We got to be able to get it, and we didn't get it. Credit those guys.
Coach, do you think the team? You had a big game last week. Do you think the team was looking ahead to A&M? Do you think that mentally the team was focused on this game?
Well, you know what? I was a little concerned in pregame warm-up, to be honest with you. I thought we were a little too loose. I thought it was a little too giddy, and I made comment of that. And we're not good enough. We're not good enough to be able to come out and just walk out on the field with a Razorback logo on your helmet and expect you're going to win. You got to show up and play, and we didn't show up and play. In no phase of it. We punted the ball halfway decent tonight. But my goodness, I love the fight. We come back, we tie the game, and here we go. We really thought, here, as bad as we played, we're fixing to win this football game. And we couldn't finish it.
As many yards as they got, you guys had shut them out in the second half until that last drive. Were you thinking, hey, the defense is going to get a stop? And just what did you see on that last drive? Because they just went down there pretty quick.
Yeah, I thought the guy made a couple of really good throws, and I thought they made some great catches on some back shoulder balls. I did. I thought that we did a decent job in the second half. We can't wait to the second half to decide we want to play solid defense. But the guy made some plays. I mean, they didn't turn the ball over one time. And you turn it over 5 times, you don't deserve to win when you do those things. And so those guys, they give them credit. They found a way to drive down the field on us, and they made some plays. We weren't there to make them.
Coach Morris, you got the ball back, a minute 13, a timeout. Of course, the pick into the game there. How well did you feel about Starkle getting you guys down in the end zone? Because you had the minute and 13 there.
Yeah, I thought, we work 2-minute offense every week. And I thought, well, we got one timeout, minute 13. We've done this before, and let's go. And I thought that we underthrew Mike. I thought Mike was open. We had an opportunity. We knew that they were going to be rushing 3, dropping 8. And we had to find the holes in there. And I thought we had a chance to get the ball over the top, but we just didn't. We didn't make it happen.
Yeah, the schedule's only obviously going to get tougher. And you get back into SEC play. How do you guys recover from a game like this with all these tough SEC games?
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out, and it's a gut check time now. I mean, it's accountability. It's a gut check. It's we're going to find out a lot about ourselves this week.
About Trey Knox just being a freshman and being able to make big plays in moments like that when you really needed them.
Well, I think we've said, I think Trey's going to be a great football player for us. He's a freshman, and he's going to make mistakes. But, obviously it was a big catch right there in the end zone for him, and that was good to get the game tied.
It seemed like they were really getting the ball in space a lot. Did you think you guys maybe gave them a little too much cushion, weren't aggressive enough, or what do you think about that?
I didn't think we could get any pressure on the quarterback, number one. I thought the guy had a chance to sit back there and eat a sandwich and get the ball out and pick us apart underneath. I mean, that was it. We didn't get any much pressure on him. And when we did, he was throwing the ball up and got a couple calls. But, hey, again, credit those guys. But they had opportunities to get the ball underneath on us. So.
And you got called for, I think, pass interference 3 times. I don't know if those were good calls. Maybe they were kind of borderline. What did you say on those calls?
I mean, they called it, and we apparently did it.
Start with that first play, the 50-yarder. I think they averaged almost 9 yards on first downs, hit a bunch of passes. How tough was that? I mean, how pivotal was that? Their ability to be real productive on first down.
Well, I think they got us on our heels on the very first play of the game, and they play action. They got Joe down, and when they did, they got the guy over the top of him, and from that point forward, it was these guys. They just needed a little bit of momentum, a little bit of life, and they felt like hey, this is we're going to get these guys on their heels, and got to credit those guys. They were aggressive, and made some plays.
Coach Traylon Burks and Colton Jackson were held out tonight. What's their status?
Yeah, they should be back next week. Both of them were in concussion protocol.
Any more questions for Coach Morris?
Just the frustration. Seymour Keene-Boyd was running very hard tonight, just about not able to run the ball against San Jose State when Tulsa seemed to have a lot of success doing the same thing. I mean,
yeah, I definitely think it was very disappointing. I thought that we put ourselves in some situations that we were in some passing situations, and especially late in the game. And Rakeem's ran hard all year long for us, and I was hoping we could break one, spit one through there, but we were unable to do it.
I don't know what the deal with Walker was, but I know, like you say, he didn't play. Were you expecting? I mean, what were you? I'm sure you weren't expecting that game, but were you surprised at how big a game he had?
With who?
Walker, the kid you talked about.
Oh yeah, no, we knew that he was a really good football player. I mean, we saw him from last year. We saw him on the sidelines last week. I mean, he was running and jumping up and down, or 2 weeks ago. And so we felt like being on the sidelines, he was probably going to play, especially with a week off.